Dorohedoro is one of those anime where you look at literally one frame and immediately feel like you need to go wash your hands. Everything looks damp, the walls look infected, the streets look like they got cooked in old fryer oil. Every character looks like they just got into a knife fight, crawled out of a sewer, or worked part-time at the worst butcher shop in the city, and somehow, I fucking love it. Trying to explain this show to a normal person makes me sound like I need to be put on a watch list. Yeah, bro, there's this dude with a lizard head who bites people's faces to figure out who cursed him. His best friend makes gyoza. There's a bunch of magic weirdos in creepy masks, and one of them just turns people into mushrooms. That sounds like the kind of fever dream you get after eating convenience store meat that's been sitting under the heat lamp since Obama was president. But here's the crazy part, the show never actually falls apart. It's disgusting, violent, confusing, and super grimy, yet somehow it feels more comforting than half the cute slice of life anime trying to make you cry over a school festival. First, the world is filthy, but it's got personality. The whole thing takes place in a place called The Hole. And yeah, they nailed the name. It looks like if Toronto had one really bad winter, just gave up and let the raccoons take over as landlords, smoke everywhere, trash, broken buildings, random bodies, magic experiments, and people are just walking around like it's a normal Tuesday. Nobody wakes up thinking, man, I hope today is peaceful. They wake up like, all right, let me grab some groceries before some guy in a leather mask turns my spine into pudding. People still eat, work, and complain there. Someone can get horribly attacked, and 10 minutes later, another person is just casually asking, what's for dinner? Most fantasy worlds in anime feel like they were designed to look pretty on a poster. Dorohedoro feels like that poster got dragged through the mud, stabbed a few times, and then used as a menu. It's got texture, it's got dirt, it's got that don't touch the handrail kind of energy. And somehow, that actually makes the world feel surreal. Second, Caiman is stupidly lovable. Caiman is a giant, lizard-headed man who solves problems by biting people's faces off. That's not detective work, that's just a pit bull with a question. He's violent, loud, confused, kinda dumb, and still somehow feels like a regular dude. His whole vibe is basically, I want answers, I want food, I want to hang out with Nikaido, oh, and I might kill somebody. Simple man. Honest man. No fake deep speeches. Just a loud, hungry, reptile-headed mess trying to figure out who ruined his life. If I woke up with a lizard head, I'd probably be doing the exact same thing. I'm not saying it's right, I'm just saying I get the frustration. He never tries to be cool or edgy. He feels like that friend who would help you move apartments and somehow get the entire building banned before the couch even makes it upstairs. Dangerous? Yeah. Would I still trust him to grab my takeout? 100%. Third, Nikaido is the reason it doesn't fall apart. Nikaido is probably the glue holding this whole show together. She runs a restaurant, she cooks, she throws hands like a final boss, then goes right back to making gyoza like nothing happened. She brings this weird grounded warmth to everything. Yeah, the world is disgusting. Yeah, everyone's insane. Yeah, the magic system feels like it was made up during a fever dream. But then you see her and Caiman just eating together after the worst day ever, and the show suddenly feels cozy. Their friendship isn't that cheesy, scream each other's names for 6 episodes stuff. It's the real kind. You already know the other person's order, and you can just sit there in silence after total mayhem and be like, yeah, that was wild. That little table they eat at is basically the only thing keeping the whole room from tipping over. Under all the blood and smoke and sewer magic, there's actual warmth, dirty warmth. Like a hoodie you know you should probably wash, but you keep wearing it anyway. Fourth, the villains are weirdly fun. The sorcerers are legit terrible people. They experiment on humans, treat the whole like their playground, wear masks that look like they came from the world's most violent Halloween party. But the show lets them be hilarious too. They hang out, eat, argue, have workplace drama. It feels less like a villain group and more like the most unhinged restaurant staff after closing. And then there's N. This dude turns people into mushrooms. That power should sound stupid as hell, but he makes it terrifying. He walks around like a mafia boss who read one cookbook and decided to make it everyone else's problem. That's the genius of this show. It takes the dumbest ideas and commits so hard they end up being cool as hell. Fifth, the violence actually works. The violence is nasty. People get chopped up, bodies get twisted, heads come off like the show is allergic to necks. But it never feels like it's trying too hard to be dark and mature. It's just part of the world. Gross, fast, casual, and usually followed 2 seconds later by someone talking about food. 1 minute someone's getting absolutely wrecked. Next minute, anyway, you want dumplings? That should feel like tonal whiplash, but in Dorohedoro it's just normal breathing. Sixth, the art style actually has a soul. Dorohedoro doesn't look clean, and that's the whole point. A lot of anime nowadays is super polished. Perfect lighting, pretty faces, everyone's hair still looks great after getting punched through a building. The show looks rough, heavy, grimy. The masks look like they came from a nightmare thrift store. The fights have real weight. The whole city feels like it was built inside a meat freezer and nobody cleaned it for 30 years. It has its own smell, and yeah, I don't even mean that as an insult. It's kind of a compliment. The show looks like it smells terrible, and somehow that's part of why it works. Seventh, the mystery actually hooks you. The main question is simple. Who turned Caiman into a lizard? That alone is already insane. Then it just keeps throwing more stuff at you. Sorcerers, masks, magic smoke, weird memories, factions, and some creepy guy living rent-free inside Caiman's mouth. At some point, you're just sitting there like, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm already way too deep to stop. It never feels confusing for no reason. It feels like there's a real answer somewhere under all the blood and bad decisions. It's like opening one door and finding three more behind it. Except one door is breathing, one has a mask on, and one probably wants gyoza. So why do I love it? Because Dorohedoro has actual flavor. Not that clean studio polished flavor. More like, this restaurant might give me stomach problems, but I'm still showing up next week flavor. Dorohedoro is beautiful in the same way an old alley looks cool after it rains, still dirty, still suspicious, probably smells insane, but you can't stop looking at it. It's a nasty, funny, violent, cozy little nightmare. And after every episode, I still catch myself thinking, damn, I could really go for some gyoza right now.